Go ahead and say all of that wild shit online, man. You might need a Dr. Phil if you catch me outside. And I will not apologize if you ain't one of mine, fam. I cannot afford to give a fuck if it was finance.
Everything woke turns to shit.
You know, what you were saying a few minutes ago about the fact that they're not properly educating kids in school actually leads me into the next thing I wanted to talk about.
Good segue.
Which is great segue, man. Great segue. Which is one of the things they are teaching about in school. Way too much, I think. And and it just shows you the insanity.
This is what's bullshit. Today is the first time our country has recognized Juneteenth. It's a national holiday, and yet I'm getting ready to go back to school in the fall, and my governor has put into place some ridiculous legislation that many governors across the country have put into place, such as I can't teach anything divisive, I can't teach critical race theory, and I can't teach about racial equity. This is at all public schools, colleges, and universities. So, teachers, in the past, we've been activists. After this shit show of last year, we really need to stand up and do what's right for our kids right now. So, this is a call to action, teachers. We gotta stand up and fight for our kids because this is bullshit. We can't lie to them.
Let's do this.
Yeah, it's CRT. It's CRT, critical race theory. For those in the back who don't know what CRT is, critical race theory. And what critical race theory is, everything is based on race. Everything is race-based, and only whites are the evil ones, and they invented everything. Like, nothing in history happened prior to the 1700s. White people invented everything bad ever, you know? Which is straight garbage. It's like, okay, we were the last ones to the slavery party, for starters. We were the last ones to the world party, America. We were the last country to be formed. We were the last people to adopt slavery. Like, we don't realize that the Egyptians were enslaving people like 6,000 years ago. But that was probably because of, white supremacy also.
Have you? I was reading about this morning, and Britannica, as in Encyclopedia Britannica, for all us Xers that actually had to open books to do research.
I remember that.
Britannica.com says that the
catalog.
Yes, the
Oh
Dewey
my God.
Decimal System is my friend.
Hey, that's a foul word in my house. Anyway, go ahead.
The CRT is actually, facts coming for you according to Britannica.com. CRT, critical race theory, is an intellectual movement and loosely organized framework of legal analysis based on the premise that race is not a natural, biologically grounded feature of physically distinct subgroups of humans, but a socially constructed SJW, cultural invented category that is used to oppress and exploit people of color. Critical race theorists hold that the law and legal institutions in the United States are inherently racist, insofar as they function to create and maintain social, economic, and political inequalities between whites and non-whites, especially African Americans. Now, that is a mouthful right there, but I think it's pretty much says what they're doing.
Yeah, it's there to create division amongst blacks and whites, and that's what it is, and that's all it is.
Well, not only that, it's saying that our entire government is racist because of this.
Well, no, I think what it's saying is that's what CRT says, and that's what CRT does say. It does teach it. That everything's racist, our government's racist, the people are racist, everyone in it's racist. Even if you don't know you're racist, you're racist. True. You know, just because you're black and I don't like you doesn't mean I'm racist. You might just be an asshole. You know, fucking. I mean, I like everybody, and I hate everybody. You know what I'm saying? I've had more problems in my life with white people, but why is that? Because it's a much larger population. There's more white people around. I interact with them on more on a daily basis, so of course I'm gonna have more problems with them. If you live in an inner city, you're gonna have more problems with black people or whatever because you're around them more often. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. But if you move to where it's an even more evenly dispersed, um,
Diverse.
diverse, thank you, group, you know, you're still gonna, I mean, it's gonna be pretty much equal, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, I don't know. It's all garbage. You know, CRT is garbage.
Oh, it is, dude. Here's a little bit more garbage from their shit, all right?
Okay.
CRT has influenced scholarships. CRT is paying to
Dude,
train our children this
there's,
in
go
fields
ahead.
outside the confines of legal studies, which is what they focus on because they want to use the law to beat you with, including women's and gender studies, education, American
Just
studies, and
gender studies
socio
is another
and
bit of
and
trash.
and sociology. CRT spin-off movements formed by Asian American, Latinx, LGBTQ, Muslim, and other scholars have also taken hold. It's one
Quick,
this is what we were just talking about. It's the mob.
yeah, yeah. Hey, quick side note, Latinx. Can I tell you something funny? A study was just taken on Latinx of Latinos, and how many 4% of Mexicans like the term Latinx. That is nothing but white people trying to be politically correct about bullshit again, pressing their fucking issue upon other people. Latin people don't want to be called fucking Latinx. They want to
Bro,
be called Mexican. They want to be called fucking Latin. Latino will work. I think
that's like
girls like Latina. Some of them, you know.
that's like my name's Jared.
And Vato Loco. You know what I'm saying? Like that's about it. My homeboys that I from now, they want to be called Vato. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or SA
you
yeah.
know, like
Uh,
Latinx, get that shit out of here, bro. They don't like it. Give it up.
you know, my real Mexican friends like it. They're cool when you say culero. You know, they're just like,
Yeah.
hey, yo culero, hey, what's up, PT? Anyway, uh, that 4%. That's what I wanted to say. That 4% is the dudes that are named like Chad Ramirez. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and on the ballot, it's all how do you identify? And he's like, oh, my last name's Ramirez. I'm Latin. I'm
Yeah.
Hispanic. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. The guy named John Wanson.
yeah. Not Juan Watson, but John
No.
Watson.
John.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I don't know if people have been seeing as much about these teachers, or there's this guy I watch, Mike versus the World. No, Mike versus Everyone. That's what it is. I almost call it. I don't know why. But Mike versus Everyone is a YouTube guy I watch. I freaking love his stuff, man. He does things we call. You remember the old creature features back in the day, back
Yeah.
on like Coffee TV and whatnot. Well, he does the teacher features, and so he highlight because some of these teachers they be going on TikTok and they're just like it blows my mind the things that they're saying. Like, okay, we'll go ahead and start with the guy that you mentioned. The guy that, I can't remember exactly what school it was. I'll look it up. Let's see here. Let's see if I can look it up real quick. Or Jason, if you want to look it up while I talk, you can. The Antifa teacher.
Yeah, I got it.
Anyway, the guy who Project Veritas
Yeah.
uh, undercovers and busts this guy, and they're sitting at a table at the restaurant talking, and the guy's sitting there talking about it. He's like, yeah, you know, I got 180 days to turn them into revolutionaries. And the one guy's like, well, how do you do that? Because I scare the fuck out of them. And then, and then just show him clips or pictures in his classroom. He's got an Antifa flag. He's talking about he's got an Antifa flag in his classroom. And he goes, yeah, one of my students was that flag makes me upset. Like you should I don't like it. You know, you should take it out. And he goes, well, the flag's or uncomfortable. He goes, makes me feel uncomfortable. And the teacher's like, oh, well, that flag's supposed to make fascists feel uncomfortable. So maybe you shouldn't align with fascists and shit. And it's like, dude, are you kidding me? If you believe that stuff, yeah, which I'm going to say from it, but Antifa is a terrorist organization, and every last one of them should be tried for treason and locked up. 100% is my opinion.
Gabriel
Uh,
Geip. Gabriel Geip. That's his name.
That's his name.
I have 180 days to turn them into revolutionaries.
How do you do that? How do you
Scare the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Sacramento organization that is under the banner of Antifa is very loosely organized, right? So like, yeah, when there is like right-wing rallies and stuff, then we'll create an opposition to that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Where would he go to connect to some of these organizations?
I post a calendar every week,
awesome.
and then so like and I do it for extra credit, so they get points for doing it. And so that encourages them to do it. And I've had like students show up for like protests, community events, tabling, food distribution, all sorts of things. When they go, they take pictures, they write up a reflection. That's their extra credit. Like I have an Antifa flag on my wall, and a student complained about that. And he said it made him feel uncomfortable. Well, this is meant to make fascists feel uncomfortable, so if you feel uncomfortable, I don't really know what to tell you. Maybe you shouldn't be aligning with the values that this is antithetical to. So the Cultural Revolution in the 60s was fixing the problem that came about after the economic run. It ultimately failed, right? There was a lot of excesses. People were definitely shot in the streets that probably shouldn't have been.
Incredibly ugly behavior come out of this city, and you can see a couple of people over there that might be demonstrating that.
I have 180 days to turn them into revolutionaries.
How do you do that? How do you
Scare the fuck out of them.
If you want to do that on your own or whatever, whatever you believe is your own political views or whatever, that's fine. But you don't do it in the classroom. You don't indoctrinate children. You go to somewhere on your own time.
Dude, he was giving them extra credit for this shit.
Yes,
that's even
extra
worse.
credit to go to these freaking things. But if you want to go have a rally on your own and your students happen to show up by chance, and it's really by chance, that's just how that shit works. But the fact that you're in there teaching, giving extra credit, trying to force your kids into it, it's talking about 180 days to make revolutionaries, scare the fuck out of them, all that shit. It's just it's just trash. Now fact off, everybody.
Backed off.
Go ahead and say all of that wild shit online, man. You might need a Dr. Phil if you catch me outside, and I will not apologize if you ain't one of mine, fam. I cannot afford to give a fuck if it was finance.
Everything woke turns to shit.